Okay, today, let me just address my nails real quick before we get into the pantry. We're gonna clean out the pantry today. I am doing my own nails at home now, gel nails, and I have been loving them. I did not, this is the first time I've done them. I've only done the blue, but I didn't buy, let me show you guys this hand. I didn't buy like the remover stuff. I didn't even think about it. And so I've been slowly peeling the color off as I can, because I don't want to ruin my nails. They're already like looking, I know it's not focusing on my nails. I guess that's a good thing because they look ratchet. But the nail remover kit is coming. So I've just been like, as it's loosening up, I've been peeling it. So just ignore my nails. Hopefully by the next, video I share, it'll be a new color. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. And they'll look better. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before, you guys see my hands like moving stuff and things like that. So let me show you guys. And I'm starting a little bit later. So also this pantry is kind of small. It's not easy for me to just like set up the camera. So I may just do like a quick before. Well, I say quick, but you guys know me. I like to chat with y'all. And then an after, maybe like an in-between, we shall see. But here is the before. And it's gotten a little out of hand. I have some systems going, you guys can see like pretty loosely. But with summer upon us, we're now like almost to, it's Thursday when I'm filming this. So it's been a week of summer so far. For the kids. They got out last Thursday. So with summer happening and like extra kids in the house and just in and out of the pantry a little bit more, I want to give it a little overhaul and clean it out because it needs it. I'm afraid like how much dust and stuff and dog hair is behind the items that I have on the bottom. I'll show you guys, real life here. I'll show you guys. At least it's clean right now. Well, it's not clean. I haven't vacuumed in over a week, but well, we're gonna clean it out, okay? I've got some stuff here. I am going to be, okay, so let's just preface this by, don't get triggered, y'all. We do buy foods that we end up not liking, don't eat in time, things like that. The kids like to try things I pick up and then they just don't end up eating them. Also, I haven't touched this pantry in several weeks, like done like a tidy. Sometimes I like to do a little tidy before each grocery haul. I have not done that in well over a month, I feel like. May just got away from me. So there's some stuff that was like hidden because, we just jam-packed it so tight. So I'm sure there's some things that are expired that may still be full, and it's just how it is, okay? So I just want to say, don't get upset when we are throwing away food, okay? You do you in your house, so we're gonna do us. In our house, we try to do our best every single day, and it is what it is. So with that, I am going to take everything out of the pantry. Here's like an overhaul, what you guys can see. I did add this little can rack after we moved in for more storage. And then right now I'm utilizing, bins and Lazy Susans and spice racks. If you guys haven't seen a pantry video of mine before, I'll link a couple in the description box. I did pick up a couple new things that I'm using, like that. And actually I think the other thing I got was like a pet thing and I didn't like it. So that was donated, but I also bought a couple things that Mark's gonna put up for me maybe tonight. I'm hoping it's gonna be in this video. I feel like it's gonna be in this video. So let's go ahead and get everything out. I'm gonna give it a good clean and then we'll put things back in, hopefully a little bit more organized. The kids can see what we've got. And then while I'm pulling everything out or putting things back in, where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. I'm going to make a list of things that I would like to, that I know that I can use in meals. So when I'm meal prepping, it's a little easier and I don't necessarily have to feel like I need to go into the pantry every single week and I have a list of things. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna write down things that can be used for meals, not all the snacks. I don't need a list of everything that's going on in the pantry, just the things that I know that I can work with for meals. So because this summer is gonna be a little crazy, I did go ahead, I'm starting a little bit later in the day. It's 2:30, but I was waiting for after lunch so I could clean everything up and the kids weren't overrun by things on the counter when it came to lunchtime, because they do have a couple friends over right now. They're currently at the pool, so the house is a little quiet. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. I've already done like a quick wipe down of the kitchen. That way all the counters are clear. I did unload, load, and hand wash and then dry and put up the dishes. But of course, a sink is never empty for very long. So of course I've already got dishes in the sink, but that's okay. I don't need the sink, you know, for storage. I just need the counter space. So I cleaned everything else. Oh, I also bought some black baskets. I feel like I'm going with like a black theme in the pantry, even though it's a small pantry and black is gonna make it look even smaller. I don't know. I like the black aspect. So I picked up a couple baskets from Target. We'll see if I use them or not. I cut the tags on, so if I don't, I can return them, but all the counters are clear, so I can load them up with everything that's in here. And hopefully, I know we're gonna be tossing some things, but hopefully it's not too bad. But again, I haven't done like even a minor organization in over a month. So I know I'm sure it's gonna be bad. We'll see. Okay, I realized I didn't have the light on before, but it's fine. I've got it on now. I emptied out everything that I'm going to for like this first round. So I've got everything off of the door. I left all the bins in here because I'm going to give them like a little clean out, and I'll rearrange after I do my, you know, quick adjust and whatnot. I did leave these jars. I just don't want to put them on the counter with how crazy packed it is and risk them breaking or anything. So it's just flour, powdered sugar, and regular sugar is what's in there. And then I also left my spice container or organizer because I know I'm keeping that, and I think I'm gonna lift it up though. So I am gonna do a little bit of reorganizing. Like I've got my brown sugar right there, but like everything else. So I'm gonna do a little bit of reorganizing. So I'm keeping that. I did go through them. And like I said, I'm leaving all the bins for now. I'm gonna do a little clean out. Also, I have like back stock of foil, which I've had this for over a year and I haven't even opened it. So I'm just gonna keep it, you know, like we'll eventually get to it, but it's gonna be a while. And then that is parchment paper. And then here's all my KitchenAid accessories. So I'm gonna keep those there, just do like a wipe under them. And then I know I'm keeping those. So like I kept that there because that is 3 different like s'mores kits for our lake vacation. So keeping those right there. I'm not gonna do the bottom until the end because, you know, as I'm like dusting and stuff, everything's gonna fall onto the floor and I just don't have any room out here to pull it all out anyway. So that's what's going on. Let me show you guys my like piles here. So I've got our like supplements and everything right there. These are items that are not open. And I know we're not going to, like I had the kids come in here too and I asked them questions about different things. These are just items that we're not gonna use. They were purchased at a time for something, like I never ended up using them or we didn't like it because I had it in bulk. So these are the things that are closed that I'm going to just post for free on my neighborhood app. I'm just gonna be like, hey, come get it. Whatever's not picked up by the end of the day, I am going to be just tossing. So I might wait till tomorrow because it's, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna wait until tomorrow to post this. And that way I can just leave it out on my porch. And by the end of the day, if nobody grabs it, then it is going to go in the trash. And then speaking of the trash, we will come over here. This is everything that is going in the trash. It is items that, one, are expired, like 2023. So I have lots of seasonings that are from 2024, but I keep them. So I only throw them out like every 2, if they're like 2 or more years expired. So these are the items that say 2023 on them. Well, not the seasonings. These are just empty. Like they have like 1 little scoop left. I'm like, no, we're tossing that. But other than that, everything else is expired or it's opened and I know we're not going to eat it. So like these little things are closed, but I'm not gonna give those to the neighborhood. These are 2023, the sprinkles. The kids just don't want the rest of it, so I'm tossing that. Well, not my little clip here, but the bag. These items are all expired. Let me grab the clip from that. Let's see, yeah, everything's expired. Let me grab this clip. This is a cereal that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's like chocolate peanut butter Cheerios, and the kids don't like it, so I'm throwing that away because obviously it's, you know, can't really give that away, so I'll get to wash that. Okay, and then everything else I just kind of put into sections the best I could. We'll see as I put it all back, but definitely have definitely have some items that I need to write down on my pantry list to make sure I make a meal out of. Like this, I think it expired in January, but there's enough to make one more time. So I'm like, you know what? I need to make some biscuits and gravy. We just need to have that, whether it's a breakfast or a dinner. So I'm gonna write that down, things like that. These, I purchased like so long ago because I was gonna make little protein muffins and I never did. So I need to do that. I mean, the expiration date isn't for a while, but it's just been hanging out in my pantry. So I need to do that. What else was I like making a note of? Oh, we don't have any cereal actually because I'm gonna throw away those Cheerios. So the kids, I need to put cereal on the grocery list. They ate the other ones. This is my cereal, but we only have 3 of these. So we did have 3 cereals for the kids. So I just had this like this, but I like the cereal and these better. They last longer and I don't have this all the time. So I get to make some room in my pantry by combining these two. There was a couple things that I wanted to combine. Oh, I can put like this rice into here because that's down enough, so I can add that together. I feel like there was something else that I need to combine. I'll find it, but I just made little notes of everything. So anyway, here's my pantry haul, everything that's going on. I do have a couple bins out just because there's like little things, like, I don't know, I might keep all the little things in a bin. Just put that in there so I can put this bowl up. But yeah, everything. Oh, I had this out because we're actually having tacos for dinner tonight. So I pulled out everything. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 things from the pantry that I'm gonna use tonight for dinner. So that's good. But okay, everything else we're keeping. Definitely a lot of stuff, but I think it's gonna be helpful to make, it's a lot of like oils and seasonings and things like that, you know, and like snacky things. So anyway, it's gonna be helpful for me to make my pantry list. Like I didn't know we had these 2 corn muffin boxes. I originally must have picked this up for a recipe and just never made it. So I need to put this on my list so I know I've got 2 things of lasagna. So I need to have lasagna so I can just pare that down a little bit. And then some of these cans I've had for a while, like you can see the dust on them. So, ooh, that's actually kind of gross. I'm gonna wipe that off. So again, I think just having a pantry list of the things that I know I need to use will be helpful. I had like 3 things of barbecue sauce. So one of the barbecue sauce I put like to put out to the neighbors because I don't need 3 things of barbecue sauce. We don't use it that often. So anyway, I was pretty brutal on everything, definitely keeping a lot. Like the oils and stuff, I'm glad they don't expire for a while because, you know, I only use them like once or twice a year, the specialty oils. So anyway, actually, I guess I should come over here to show you this side. Hold on, I'm still holding on to this bowl. Let me come over here. This is like all the baking stuff. I pulled this stuff out last. So, you know, like sugars, lots and lots of seasonings, you guys. Like this is on top of that whole bin storage organizer that's in there. This is like on top of that because that thing is full. It's got 3 trays that pull out. So definitely a lot of seasonings. I got some stuff going on here. I got this like Christmas time and I never made it, but it's still fine. So I just need to make myself a note to make something with these this Christmas. I don't know. All the things. I am throwing away some sprinkles because it said like 2023 on them. I know we've had them for a while. These ones say like 2026. So those are fine. But yeah, definitely a lot that I pulled out of the pantry. Again, the bins that I'm going to see if I'm going to use or not. I just fed the dogs. So we've got the dog food thawing for tomorrow. I leave it out on the counter until the end of the night and then I'll put it in the fridge. And of course their bowls stay up here because Oliver gets a little food aggression. He just gets upset whenever Maple is like checking out his bowl, whether there's food in it or not. So we just keep them on the counter. Unless they're eating, then we put them down. Okay, so let me add this to the sink. The never empty sink more than 5 minutes. And then these are the 2 items that we're going to be hanging on the wall. Mark is going to hang on the wall for me, hopefully tonight. I got this grocery bags, but it's a wooden holder for it because, and I like that I can pull them out of here because right now I just have a bag. I've had this for years, but sometimes it'll like fall off. The kids will knock it off, whatever. It just hangs here. And then sometimes I have to use 2 hands for the bag. Watch, it'll come out real easy right now. Oh, yeah, it'll come out real easy right now, but I'm just gonna donate this. So we're gonna use that wooden one and see if I like that better. And then I had my bags in one of these in my drawer, but I redid the coffee area. I filmed that if you guys haven't watched it, but what doesn't fit in there anymore because I have my K-cups in there. So I found this one that hangs on the wall and it fits in the pantry. So I can hang this on the wall in the pantry. And of course I got it in black because, you know, the little things that I do have in there, I wanted it to be a theme. And when we move, some of this stuff I might keep in there because I'm pretty sure we're keeping this house. We're just gonna rent it out. Not 100% sure yet, but that's like the plan right now. We'll just see how the market is. If it's better to sell it, then we'll sell it. But we're planning on keeping it and just renting it out. So a lot of this stuff I'm going to keep. Anything that's like on the walls, I'm going to keep in the house. Like these that we use. Oh, there's that stuff is just sitting there because it's not staying. Like these are leftover bins for my mom that I've washed. I need to give back. And then that is what was in the drawer. And I had it just sitting out on the counter, but of course I needed the counter space. So anyway, that will be going once I get the new one up on the wall. But these are like for our produce and everything I keep in there. And then during the school year, I keep the kids' lunch boxes here because it's easy for them to just set it there after school and whatnot. But I think for the summer, I might keep like chip bags and stuff. I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll see once I fill up this pantry. But anyway, okay. Let me stop yapping. I need to get cleaning because I'm definitely not gonna be done. I might be done before dinner time, but we'll see. Okay. I need to dust and decide what bins I'm keeping in here, clean them out, all the fun things, and then start loading everything back in. Okay, I am at a stopping point. Counters are, you know, looking a lot better. So of course, hopefully, I have to stop because it's dinner time. I need to make dinner, but hopefully we can finish this tonight. Waiting for Mark, he's gonna work a little bit later tonight. So we'll see. If not, it'll definitely be in this video because we'll do it tomorrow. So I've got these two items that I'm gonna switch out and hang up in the pantry. And then I'm gonna show you guys the pantry in a second, but I ended up not using these because I have plenty of those. I don't need these, so I'm gonna return those, get my money back because I feel like they weren't cheap. How much does it tell me on this thing? No, it does not. They're very cute. They do stack also, like these little pieces come out and then they stack on top of each other. I just have them put into each other like this. So anyway, we've got those. These are gonna hang out on the pantry, on the countertop until I do my grocery haul next week because I've got some, you know, extra stuff on there. And these are bins that I ended up not using. And then of course the food that I'm gonna post to the neighborhood. I've got a list of pantry items and we're actually gonna be checking off a couple of these this week or the remainder of the week before I do my grocery haul. So that'll be nice. Again, I've got my stuff out for dinner that I'm gonna make. So let me show you actually over here first. Boom, I am going to keep like go-to easy snacks down here. It definitely frees up some room in the pantry. And these are the type of things that kind of get hidden. So this one is left open because I'm gonna buy like a variety chip mix thing and that's what I'm gonna put there. I've got pretzels and nuts here. Pearl really likes these, but they were like behind a bunch of stuff. She totally forgot we had them, so I'm gonna keep that there. And you know, if I pick up some extra stuff, I'll put them here. Not gonna overcrowd the space, but because I have this, we're gonna use it. And then of course, like produce stays up here. Okay, now let's go into the pantry. So here's what it's looking like. So much better. I mean, I can see everything and look, I have space. It's not all overcrowded. Well, you know, hopefully I'll try to do my best making my grocery list that it doesn't get overcrowded. But I've got like our supplements down here and then like peanut butter and stuff like that there, and then cans and whatnot there. And then coming in here up top, that's where I put the lunch boxes because Mark does take a lunch box occasionally to work. So it's still easy for him to grab. That's extra. So like if we're almost out of something, we'll try to remember to put it on the grocery list and I pick it up, and then when we're actually out of it, I've already got it on back stock. So that's what that is up there. And then just like some extra drinks that we haven't used yet. And of course I already told you guys that stuff. I put like the big chips and goldfish here. And then all like cooking items right here. Those are just a couple like random like snacks. Mark has a couple tuna fish packets. So I just put those there because they didn't really go anywhere else. But as far as like baking and cooking on there, I've got all the spices right here together, as well as right there. My spice packets and whatnot. And then just, again, just some random things. I was trying to fill this space. Then we've got baking right there. I put this here just so the dogs can't like easily get to it, but this is all like the little itty bitty junk. So like chocolate and candy and whatnot. So that's there. Then we've got the pets right here. And the rest of this is like breakfast. So I washed those. So we've got those two there. I made sure like I had space for it. And then like the protein stuff that we use for breakfast. And then down here, we've got like dinner items right here. Not a whole lot going on because again, the cans are like on the door. So that helps save space. And then Mark and I's chips. Bryce eats those occasionally. And then the items that I'm going to be using this weekend, I've already started like a meal prep list. So I've got those there. And then kid stuff. So we've got ramen. One thing we're missing is like mac and cheese. So I'm glad that we've got this area because I'm going to be baking some of that stuff and using those rolled wafers this weekend. So I'll have a spot for mac and cheese because that's something we like to keep on hand. We've got fruit cups and stuff like that. And then just some random bits right here. This is like the little turntable so they can easily get to it. Oh, the boba is sticking to the wall. So I'm done with the pantry, but like I said, I've got to make dinner. And then when Mark gets home, we'll hopefully finish this out. I have not done the floor yet, but the floor is really just cleaning. I may declutter some stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. I may declutter, I may not. But I at least need to clean it out because it's been a hot minute. But at least like this feels so much better to me. So much better. I also forgot to show this. So in here, I've got some baked goods. And then up here, this is actually going to be moved into the pantry later on. I'll probably throw this stuff in that bin with all like the random candies and stuff. But right now I've got Kit Kats like from overseas, different flavors and whatnot. And then these are from the Hello Kitty box cookies that I got for Rose. So she's got several of those left over. I just took them out of the boxes to create more room. So I'll stick those in the pantry after groceries because I'm doing quite a bit of baking. So this will be full going into our first full week of summer where I'm like healed and whatnot. This is like the first full week of summer, but I haven't really been, doesn't feel like summer because I haven't been 100%. So I'm counting next week as our like welcome to summer, yay, getting stocked up and all of that. Okay, I'm as done, hold on, let me turn the light on, with the pantry as I'm going to be. In all honesty, I did not pull that stuff out. I talked myself out of it because this week I am going to be utilizing a few of my trays and I was like, you can clean it then. So I did vacuum and then I took like my little attachment and like got under and around things and the baseboard on the side and stuff. So I didn't do the deep clean that I wanted to, but again, I talked myself out of it. And also I had groceries delivered. So from 3 different stores now. There will be a 4th store. You guys will see that in the upcoming grocery haul, but definitely stocked up for summer. But I wanted to show you guys. So here's the grocery bag bin. I do need to spackle those holes, do a little touch-up paint. And then on this side, there's my baggie holder. So all right, done with the pantry. Next video you guys are gonna see is the fridge and freezer clean out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Like I said, the next video you guys are gonna see is the fridge and freezer clean out, and then you'll get a big summer stock up grocery haul. You guys can already, you know, spot a few things that I picked up. So lots of fun things planned this summer. With that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.